Chapter 25, Naomi Marie. It's one thing being the new Naomi Marie when I don't have to see Ms. Evil. It's not so easy when we're on our way to meet her for the first time since she made me look stupid in front of everyone. Please don't pout, Naomi Marie, says Mama. It's over. Let it go. Easy for you to say. You weren't completely destroyed in front of the whole world. Mama raises her eyebrow and turns to me as we walk to the parking lot. Destroyed? The whole world? Don't you think you're being a little dramatic? Drama queen, you're a super fiend, sings Sho under her breath. She flinches when I glare at her. Sorry, it's just one of George Henderson's verses on Adidio's. She stops. Never mind. Mom unlocks the car door and we all buckle up. We should have just canceled, not postponed, I say. I've been very happy to not think about last Saturday all week. Now every mortifying moment is coming back in a rush like a waterfall. There's nothing to celebrate about that debacle. Let's just forget the whole thing. Can't we just go to the park by ourselves? You mean debacle, honey? Mama says softly, looking back and smiling. Humph, I thought that sounded weird. I fold my arms and look out the window as we get onto the highway. I liked what you made, Mama says. I don't want to forget it, and neither do you. Maybe you can do a presentation at school or something. Don't say presentation. And we missed the showcase deadline. We were the fools not gaming the system. Fool's gold never gets old, sings Sho and Bree. I turn to them. Sorry, says Sho. It's just not many people say fools, and also that was one of Adidio. I know, I say. How do you know that song? I ask Brianna. I know everything, she answers. I have graduation soon. Then she turns it into a song. I have graduation soon. I cover my ears and turn back to the window. Hey, says Mama gently. We're celebrating your hard work that you tried a new thing. We're going to your favorite park, and we even got your favorite zip car. I don't even smell new anymore, I grumble. That's what I hate about zip cars. Everybody uses them, and then they get old. Mama glances at me in the rearview mirror, but just keeps driving. I bet there's a way to make this fun, whispers Sho. You know you always come up with something. Do you have any game ideas? Sho's got my back. I try to smile as I shrug. Forget it. It's not a big deal. She squeezes my hand and I add, thanks. As we head across the bridge, Brianna spots another zip car in the lane next to us and waves. The driver doesn't wave back, so I stick out my tongue on my sister's behalf, and that makes me feel a tiny bit better. My best friend is here. We're going to my favorite park in a zip car with a picnic cooler full of treats, and I will never have to collaborate and cooperate with the other Naomi again. I guess there's still plenty to celebrate. We get to the park first, and the sprinklers are on, so me, Sho, and Bree start running through, the one shaped like an octopus. When Mama and Daddy were getting divorced, I got to use some take-a-break days and skip school. I asked to come here every time. You can do things like run through the sprinklers without wondering if someone's mom is going to complain loudly about big kids being too rough. Kids are already wearing shorts and flip-flops and screaming like somebody just announced a free lifetime supply of ice cream for everyone. We've got a few more weeks of school left, but this park always makes me feel like summer. I can breathe deeper near the river. It's like I put my problems on one of the little boats leaving the harbor far away and getting farther by the minute. Tom! Mama yells frantically and smiling. They're here! Yay! Tom smiles and starts heading toward us. Naomi Edith is being draggy behind him. Another girl, who I guess must be Annie, is kind of walking between them, looking like she doesn't know how she's supposed to look. Tom flops down on her blanket. Ugh, it feels like the middle of summer already, he says. I pack sunscreen. He looks a little red already. Mama must agree because she says, I'll help you with that, which is my cue to run far, far away. I can feel Sho and Bree running with me, but when I turn to them, it's her. I slow down. Hi, she says. You run pretty fast. I'm in the Mighty Milers Club, I say. I'm not, she says, bending over. I'm more in the Super Sitters. She looks like she's hoping I'm going to laugh. So, how was your week? I mean, after... She clears her throat. The total fail, I finish. The complete mortification. I guess I'm still a little upset. I look around to make sure Sho's not close enough to hear me. Well, I was just going to say kind of bad, she says, but okay if you want to go in that direction. Why did you have to say anything? I ask. It was your idea to work together. Then you didn't want to help at all. And after I did all the work, and I did a good job too, if I do say so myself. You'll definitely say so yourself, she says, but I keep going. I did a great job, and then you had to go and mess it up in front of Julie and everyone. I take a deep breath. And my dad was going to come, and he didn't because of your dad, and then the worst happens. I start crying, and so does she. Bree comes running up. Are you guys playing tag? Because if you are, oh NAOMIS, are you crying? She looks really worried as Sho and Annie come up behind her. Bree, let's go back to the sprinklers, okay? Says Sho. Yeah, says Annie quickly. I'll show you how my flip-flops change color when they get wet. They both grab Bree by the hand on each side and hustle her away. After a while, the other Naomi says, Shomara seems cool. It's just Sho now. Annie seems cool, too. We lean against a tree and watch them play with Brianna. A few pigeons wander over, but they stalk away once they realize we don't have any snacks. I'm sorry, we both say at the exact same time. Then we laugh and laugh and laugh until we're both laid out on the grass looking up at the sky. It's so funny how you can be crying one minute and then laughing the next, right? I say. I know, she says. My mom says. Then she stops. How's your mom? I asked after a minute. And before she even lifts a shoulder, I add, and don't shrug. I really do have this bossy big sister thing down, don't you? She says, and we giggle until she almost whispers, I miss her. I lie really still like she's a deer that might run away if I move too fast. And I thought I would have visited her by now, and we hardly ever get to Skype, and I used to be able to talk to my mom whenever I wanted, but now I never get what I want, and everything's already decided before I even realize what I want. She says that all in one breath. It's a risk, but you sure do sound like an only child, I say. She looks at me for a beat, and then she laughs. Phew. Hey, did you notice the weather? I ask. Huh? It's not raining. You're right, she says. That's a good sign. We're silent for a while. Did you like that class? She asks. It's my turn to shrug. It was okay. At first I was really like, no, it was not how I planned to spend my Saturday mornings, but it got kind of interesting. And when I tried to make my own project, I showed it to my dad, and he got really into it. And it was like how we do puzzles and board games together, but we never have that much time now. I trail off. Anyway, I always figure if I have something to do, I might as well make it good. You mean make it the best, she says. You're kind of competitive. I just want to do my best, I say. I guess my ideas weren't up to par, she says. What ideas? The ones I put in the brain dump, she says, about the stairs and stuff. I never saw that, I say slowly. Is that the note you were talking about? I sent you some messages in the dump and you never answered, so I stopped checking after a while. Oh, she nods like I've just explained the mysteries of the universe to her. Well, do you think maybe you gave up on me too soon? Maybe, but do you think maybe you didn't exactly give me that much to work with? Like ideas that stayed in your head? I mean, I know I'm magic, but... We look at each other for a while. I bite my lip and then she bites hers. A giggle escapes and I clap my hand over my mouth, but it's too late. We're both laughing again. Bree runs over. They stopped crying, she yells over to Sho and Annie, who are sitting on the swings. They look like friends, says the other Naomi, watching them walk over to us. We have good taste, I say. We play Lava Monster together until we hear the ice cream truck. We all look at each other. What do you think? Should we ask? Says the other Naomi. We brought a lot of good stuff from Morningstar. It is supposed to be a celebration, I say, but we brought Shelly Ann's triple chocolate cake, too. We'll ask, says Sho. Parents always say yes to the guests. I like the way you think, says Annie. The two of them head toward Mama and Tom, while the other Naomi and I take turns pushing Bree on the swings. Sho and Annie come back, and they're not smiling. What's wrong? I ask. The ice cream man left, cries Bree, looking around. That's what's wrong. Well, no, it's not that, says Annie, looking at Sho. It's, well, Sho's looking back at Annie, and both of their eyebrows are about to leap off their heads. Then they start signaling to each other in fake sign language like the rest of us aren't even there. And this is so silly that both the other Naomi and I say, what? At the same time, and laugh. Annie starts, it's just that your parents, they were really looking at each other, blurts out Sho. So? Says the other Naomi. Sho, you know Mama believes in eye contact, I say. Yeah, I mean really looking, says Sho, like on those book covers in the teen section. She turns to Annie, which is the only section that looks interesting. I know, right? Says Annie. The other Naomi and I share an eye roll. They keep holding hands, says Annie. My stomach hurts. And touching foreheads, adds Sho. Wait, no, it's my head. They're doing it now, shouts Bree. My eyes! We all watch for a while, and it's pretty gross. I mean, it kind of always is, but the air is gone. I can't breathe. What happened to the air? They're in love, Annie whispers. The other Naomi opens her mouth like she wants to say something, but nothing comes out. Your mouth is open, Bree says to me, but nothing's coming out. You're going to catch flies in there. Be quiet, Bree. the other Naomi whispers just as I was about to. Yeah, Bree, I say, just be quiet.